The flames took over Los Angeles in a matter of hours, swallowing up entire neighborhoods and driving thousands of people from their homes. At first glance, it seemed like just another tragic wildfire, an environmental catastrophe fueled by strong winds, dry brush, and a relentless heat wave. But behind the scenes, an unsettling theory began to spread. Some claimed that the fires weren't just acts of nature, but intentional distractions orchestrated by powerful figures in the entertainment industry. And at the center of these theories, none other than Sean Diddy Combs, whose ongoing legal battles and rumored criminal enterprises could stand to benefit from the destruction of well-guarded evidence. It might sound too bizarre to be true. After all, how could one man or a group of celebrities possibly spark a natural disaster that destroyed thousands of structures and cost billions of dollars in damages? Yet, the rumors refused to die. From cryptic phone calls to suspicious patterns in how certain homes were razed while others remained untouched, there are enough eerie details to make even the most skeptical observer pause. Could the LA fires be part of a darker plot to wipe out incriminating information? And if so, how deep does this scheme go? Few disasters in recent history have struck as quickly or as fiercely as the LA fires did. Dozens of lives were lost, tens of thousands were left homeless, and entire communities now face the agonizing task of rebuilding from the ashes. News outlets cycled through heartbreaking interviews with families who had nothing left but each other. Firefighters worked around the clock to contain the inferno, yet the blaze jumped from one pocket of dry land to another, fueled by relentless winds and scorching temperatures. As the official story goes, these were merely the unfortunate ingredients for a devastating natural disaster. Climate experts pointed to drought conditions, thick underbrush, and California's cyclical fire season as the perfect storm for a wildfire. But as days turned into weeks, the focus shifted from the cause to the aftermath. People wondered why some areas were reduced to smoldering rubble, while certain high-profile estates emerged virtually unscathed. Was it dumb luck or something more? Although local authorities chalked it up to shifts in the wind and random circumstances, skeptics saw a pattern, one linked to an even bigger scandal involving Diddy and a secret operation that might stretch far beyond the LA city limits. While the smoke was still rising over Los Angeles, Sean Diddy Combs sat behind bars, insisting he was innocent of the litany of charges against him. He's been fighting accusations of racketeering, trafficking, and other serious offenses that, if proven true, could send him away for a very long time. But Diddy isn't just another celebrity with legal troubles. He's a powerful figure in the music and entertainment world, someone who has brushed elbows with politicians, athletes, and media tycoons. That's what makes the rumors of a grand cover-up so potent. Days before the fires ignited, a leaked phone call surfaced online. The audio was grainy, but Diddy's voice seemed unmistakable. In it, he talked in code about pizza boxes that needed to be disposed of and plastic that had to be recycled. On its own, it could have been harmless, but conspiracy-minded fans linked the pizza boxes to a possible stash of evidence, and the timing couldn't have been worse for Diddy's public image. Suddenly, the wildfires looked less like nature's fury and more like a destructive smokescreen set off to buy him time, or worse, to destroy records that might implicate him in everything from financial crimes to illicit parties that turned violent. Speculation ran wild. If you're powerful enough to silence witnesses or sway entire court proceedings, then why not orchestrate a disaster that draws attention away from your trial? It's a question that raises eyebrows, especially in Hollywood, a place where real life has a habit of outdoing the wildest fictional plots. If these theories are even partially true, then the LA fires might mark one of the darkest chapters in the city's history. Katt Williams is no stranger to controversy. Over the years, the outspoken comedian has become known for sharing unfiltered takes on everything from Hollywood politics to alleged secret societies pulling the strings behind the scenes. When it comes to Diddy, he's been particularly vocal, dropping cryptic hints about what really happens behind closed doors. One of his most shocking allegations involves the so-called baby oil parties. According to Katt Williams, these weren't harmless gatherings. Instead, he claims substances were mixed into baby oil to incapacitate unsuspecting individuals, allowing certain high-profile attendees to do whatever they wanted. To many, Katt's comments initially sounded like the ramblings of a comedian looking to ruffle feathers. But as more individuals stepped forward with stories of strange gatherings at Diddy's properties, and as the feds reportedly tested substances found at those properties, Katt's warnings started to feel less like gossip. If he's right, then there's no telling how many celebrities might be implicated in these disturbing practices. And if major players in entertainment, politics, and business are all part of this ring. It's not hard to see why they go to extreme lengths, maybe even orchestrating widespread destruction to hide their secrets. Then there's the issue of targeted losses. The LA fires seem to spare certain celebrity homes while reducing the estates of others to little more than ash. Of course, in any fire, anomalies can occur. The flames might skirt around a property because of wind direction or how the structure was built, but insiders whispered that the real reason some homes survived was because those owners had already covered their tracks or had powerful friends ensuring they wouldn't become collateral damage. It sounds like a plot straight out of a conspiracy thriller, but in a city as prone to rumor and intrigue as Los Angeles, it's found fertile ground to grow. If Katt Williams' allegations seemed extreme, they pale in comparison to what Ally Carter has been telling the public. Carter gained sudden notoriety when she posted a series of harrowing accounts describing her experiences with powerful figures, including Diddy. She spoke of being locked away, of witnessing horrifying acts, and of children being transported as part of an extensive trafficking network. Her stories are so explosive that many dismissed them outright, yet they continue to circulate. Crucially, Carter made one pointed prediction months before the LA fires erupted. She warned that accidental disasters, like fires and explosions, might soon start popping up to divert attention from massive scandals. It sounded like an outlandish prophecy at the time, but as neighborhoods burned and horrifying photos flooded social media, her words took on a chilling resonance. She later reminded her followers that she had cautioned everyone to watch for the fires and to keep an eye on evidence that might conveniently be destroyed in the chaos. Carter also invoked the infamous Franklin cover-up from the late 1980s, a scandal that implicated politicians and high society figures in a PDF file ring. While she didn't provide direct evidence linking the LA fires to a similar cover-up, she pointed out that when influential people feel cornered, they often resort to drastic measures that make ordinary scandals look tame in comparison. Then there's the ever-expanding web of celebrities who could be entangled in Diddy's legal troubles. Rap icon Jay-Z has found himself named in a lawsuit alleging he was involved in disturbing acts at an after-party tied to Diddy. Singer and actress Jennifer Lopez, who famously dated Diddy years back, is rumored to have withheld crucial information about a 1999 club shooting incident. These accusations might seem unrelated at first, but some see them as puzzle pieces connecting a bigger picture. Fans and conspiracy theorists have taken to social media to compile lists of everyone who might have ties to Diddy's alleged freak-off gatherings. Supposedly, it's not just musicians and actors. The list includes big-name businessmen, elected officials, and even religious leaders. If that's true, we're talking about a scandal so large it could disrupt entire industries. No one wants to be dragged into a high-profile court case for something that could ruin their reputation or even land them in prison. So if individuals of this caliber needed a way to make evidence vanish, it's not unthinkable they'd invest in drastic diversions. Amid all the lawsuits, depositions, and hush-hush deals, the LA fires feel like a chaotic backdrop against which a secret war for control might be unfolding. On one side, you have investigators and potential whistleblowers aiming to uncover the truth. On the other, a network of influential insiders seemingly willing to do anything to protect themselves. Were the fires an unfortunate coincidence that happened to benefit a few at the expense of thousands? Or were they engineered from the start? In the wake of this tragedy, multiple stories surfaced of arsonists prowling the hills and canyons. Eyewitnesses said they saw masked individuals setting small fires in neighborhoods that weren't yet affected by the main blaze. Social media exploded with videos capturing mysterious figures fleeing newly ignited brush. Many of these posts vanished almost as quickly as they appeared, leaving viewers to wonder who might be suppressing that evidence and why. Meanwhile, mainstream news outlets largely stuck to the script. They showed dramatic helicopter footage of the inferno, interviewed grieving families, and lauded the bravery of firefighters. They barely touched on the possibility that this disaster might have been orchestrated. Was it because there was no credible proof of a conspiracy, or was there a concerted effort by corporate owners, many of whom have cozy relationships with Hollywood, to steer the narrative away from scandalous theories? Even some celebrities hinted that not everything about these fires added up. Chris Brown posted about how someone must be starting them intentionally. Actor Henry Winkler suggested there was a serial arsonist on the loose. And Andrew Huberman, a well-known neuroscientist, shared evidence of people seemingly lighting fires in otherwise calm areas. Yet, official statements from law enforcement remained vague. "We are investigating all potential causes." It felt like they were investigating everything and nothing at once. For skeptics, the notion of a government cover-up isn't new. History is littered with examples of official agencies concealing sensitive information, sometimes for the sake of national security, sometimes to protect high-ranking individuals from scandal. If powerful folks in entertainment are entangled with politicians, it isn't a stretch to imagine certain levers being pulled behind the scenes. This is where the story takes an even darker turn. Some theorists argue that the LA fires provided a perfect cloak to eliminate not just physical evidence, but also digital files and financial records stored in private estates or servers that were destroyed by the flames. After all, if no one can produce the documents or track the transactions, the path to conviction becomes murky. That's precisely what conspiracy theorists claim happened. A carefully orchestrated wave of arson that struck critical locations at just the right time. The media, for its part, might be intentionally keeping viewers fixated on the human drama of the wildfires, the displaced families, the heroic rescue efforts, the wildlife devastation, while glossing over the controversies swirling around Diddy and his associates. Large networks often have partnerships with Hollywood studios, forging relationships that can lead to a softening of news coverage when a scandal threatens to tarnish Tinseltown's image. In that sense, a conspiracy of silence is arguably less far-fetched than it sounds. So, are the LA fires simply the product of a dangerous blend of climate conditions and terrible luck? Or is there something far more orchestrated and sinister at work? We've seen how wild theories can spread like, well, wildfire when the internet takes hold of a narrative, especially one involving a wealthy music mogul already facing a barrage of incriminating rumors. We've also seen the magnitude of the devastation, from entire communities left in ruins to bizarre patterns where certain estates survived while others were reduced to rubble. The question looms, could it be that the people who stand to gain from evidence disappearing ignited a catastrophe that cost innocent lives? Or are we just dealing with a case of paranoid speculation run amok? Whichever side of the fence you land on, one thing is for sure. The LA fires and Diddy's legal troubles create a potent mix of drama, tragedy, and mystery. In a city built on illusions, anything seems possible. In the end, it's up to you to decide how much stock to put in these claims. Could Diddy or anyone else really orchestrate something this vast? Or is this just another wild rumor swirling around a city famous for its tall tales? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and keep asking questions. After all, the only way to separate fact from fiction is to hold these stories to the light and see what remains when the smoke finally clears.